Okay, so an interesting fireside chat. We have 3/4 of our global operations team heads.
Yep.
First time we've got a chance to get people together, starting to open up a collaborative way of thinking. So, Adam, introduce yourself, please.
I'm Adam Campbell. I'm the EU Operations Manager. I'm based in Munich in Germany, and we handle all the products and shipping for the whole of Europe on behalf of Astute.
Steve?
Steve Nichol. I'm Director of Operations for UK and Germany, Europe, ultimately making sure he can ship. But yes, my position and role is obviously to support UK-based operations, but obviously to support Europe as well where we can, and to aid in whatever global collaboration that we look at as well.
Ron?
Yes, I'm Ronald Cruz. I'm the Operations Director of Asia Pacific. We handle the day-to-day activities, as now we will be the global hub for Astute, shipping products from China, Hong Kong, going to Europe, going to Limited and US, and across part of the world.
Shouldn't really tell the story, but having 3 heads of operations from our Munich facility, UK facility, Hong Kong facility, and taking 15 minutes to work out the TV control isn't the best start. But actually getting all 3 of you together for this fireside chat, which should be a barbecue, you're absolutely right. I think it's important. Operations in today's marketplace is absolutely critical. You've all got different skill sets from your history and learning. We had a conversation with Ronald earlier about how he's transitioned from a quality engineer working at a manufacturer into different trading companies to where we are now at Hong Kong. And I think it's an amazing journey that you're on, and it's going to keep going upwards. But let's start straight with you, Steve.
Absolutely.
So, look back through your history. Obviously, you've come over from South Africa.
Yep.
Why operations?
Well, I think it's been my forte for most of my professional career, to be honest with you. Originally started in the IT sector to start with, and then eventually actually had quite a large stint in East Africa as well for almost 20 years in countries such as Uganda and Tanzania. And then ultimately found my way back to sunny UK. I think that was the ultimate family decision at the end of the day. And yes, operations has really been my strength and skill set across various different industries, various different business types, be it from mining to telecommunications. I found myself working with Astute, which is a very fascinating industry, particularly over the electronics commodity type that we deal in and others. And I thought to share my expertise and experience with the wider company that it is.
And we're better for it.
Well, absolutely. I appreciate that.
You've gone a different route.
Very different.
So talk about your journey, because you've gone from another hot country in the Middle East.
Yeah. So I was in Saudi for 8 years working for BAE as a procurement manager, but I also did logistics, chartering aircraft to move various military articles from the UK and Europe into the Middle East. And after spending a great time, but 8 years in the desert is quite a long time, I had a call to come back away from the Middle East and back into Europe. So I've been in Germany a couple of years now, been with Astute just over a year. But obviously with Astute's aerospace and defence credentials and my logistics background, it kind of just fit together. I was in Munich when the job was advertised, so it all sort of worked.
Yeah, we caught up with Dane from the American facility when he was over last, and I think operationally we're in good hands, right? Even though you can't work the remote control, we'll let that one go for now. Well done, Ronald. But yeah, we talked about it earlier, and joking aside, in today's marketplace with lead times going out, geopolitical issues, and macro environmental issues, logistics actually is the most critical part of supply chain. And it's interesting, after COVID, a lot of people didn't look at supply chain, looked at it as a procurement function or just-in-time function.
Correct.
But didn't look at the complexities of the supply chain. So, Adam, since COVID, you know, I know we're still talking about COVID as if it was yesterday. It feels like it was.
Yeah.
Logistics has completely changed, though. Do you not think?
Logistics has definitely changed. So there's been obviously different shifts within the market, and it's not just COVID. Obviously, if you look at the UK and the transport network in the UK coming out of Europe about Brexit, that impacted the amount of lorry drivers and delivery drivers that are around and the people that went in. So there's still a shortage of sort of haulage people around, but also freight changed during COVID because there was no passenger aircraft. A lot of freight, actually, a lot of people don't know, but sits under the belly of passenger aircraft. Yep. It's not all just dedicated cargo flights. Obviously, the other problem that we're facing is the geopolitical, especially around the Middle East. So a lot of freight forwarders use the UAE as a hub.
Yep.
And when Operation Epic Fury started, they had to do a lot of scrambling to reroute the freight because it just couldn't go via that route. And then obviously shipping, you're talking sea freight. I mean, we all know about the Strait of Hormuz being pretty much closed.
Is it closed?
Pretty much.
Might be open tomorrow.
It's definitely restricted volumes, which doesn't impact our industry too much, obviously, because it's mainly sort of oil and gas that goes through there. But then the Red Sea, obviously the issues that have been having with the Houthis and they're threatening to attack shipping again, that means that ships are travelling around the Cape of Good Hope, which adds cost. And time to everything. So you do have to plan your logistics routes.
And it's interesting. We talked before about the cost of freight.
Yes.
And you know how you've had to change the actual route planning because of tariffs.
Absolutely.
Because of those impacts. So how are you, Steve? How are you trying to get everything coordinated?
Well, I think that's a fair question, Mark. The great thing is we're a global company, so that therefore means we have representation across the globe, pretty much a follow the sun path, if you will. And we're obviously one of the fundamental reasons the three of us are sat here in the same office is to talk about collaboration and how do we mitigate tariff impositions when they're imposed, and how can we reroute our supply chains when required. You know, with a lot of our customers being in the aerospace and defence, there is obviously a lot of compliance to take into consideration as well, specific to ITAR and EAR, etc. And it's that collaboration that we have collectively as a group that actually helps to define our strategies to ensure that we get the product supplied to our customers on time, you know, as not to disrupt any of their manufacturing requirements in particular.
So if I go back to you, Ron, when you know, previous hats, but actually the last allocation, everyone's scrambling, everyone needs product yesterday. How did you get the team mobilized?
For that purpose of the lot allocation, everything's urgent. With the expertise and knowledge of the people and the inspection protocol that we have and the vendor grading that was created by Colum and the team, we manage it particularly on some of the customer requirements that are tier 1, tier 2, which is much more easier compared to customer-based requirements. So we prioritize that one in terms of first in and first out, plus the ship date that we have. So basically, it all conjunct with the knowledge, expertise, the system, the workflow, and the system that we have, enable to have a quick turnaround for products to the customers.
And I think one of the things, the beauties of having the Hong Kong facility there, it's going to take some of that pressure off you guys.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, the German facility, I haven't been over there for a few months now, but you've changed your operations, kind of turned upside down.
Yeah, so we're actually growing our footprint in the Munich sort of operations department. I'm doubling the size of my lab nearly, and we are doubling the warehouse space that we've got because we are growing as a business, and we've seen the need for that additional storage solution.
Yeah.
So,
And what about you, Steve?
Yeah, I mean, there's been quite a bit of reformation within the UK operation itself over the last 6 months to a year. And exactly, it's about capacity, future-proofing, effectively knowing what we're expecting to come in the future. And we've obviously bolstered in terms of resource and personnel. That's one element, I suppose you could say, that combats the gearing for growth element or question as it's asked. So we've had quite a few structural changes internally, which have been very positive. We've seen positive output through that as well. And again, I'll refer to my earlier point. It's more than just one site and entity. It is a collaborative effort, group-wide, really, that really will aid in supporting our customer requirements going forward.
I can't emphasise enough. The sales role gets the glory at the front end.
Yeah.
But our customers rely on you guys more than ever, especially in today's marketplace. So you've kind of got a lot of different challenges. You've got people upstairs in the sales department. I need this.
Yep.
Need it yesterday.
Yep.
You can't cut corners because of that quality and the high rel customer base. So how are you looking at the new inspection criteria and the tiering system?
Yeah, so this is something we've taken on board from our American and Hong Kong partners, or colleagues, I should say. Obviously, from experience that they've had during the COVID period, during allocation as well, they've obviously streamlined their inspection process to reduce inspection time, well, without cutting corners, quite rightly. Thanks for mentioning that. We have to maintain a high level of quality at all times. So the process to follow is that we're very much learning from our brothers and sisters in America and Hong Kong to understand what they've done and how we can reshape our inspection process to align very much with what they've done. And ultimately, that's what we're looking at. It's one refined process that ensures that we can deliver on the customer requirements. We can appease the sales requirement as well as, Mark, you're from sales formerly yourself. We've had several discussions over that. Fundamentally, that's what it is. So it is process refinement. It is, again, collaboration. What can we offset to various other sites? We've got to look at our testing facilities, if you will, as one entity rather than as individual entities, and then how we share the workload and the capacity accordingly.
I think that's important, right? That sharing of the workload and capacity.
Yeah.
The market's going to continue to challenge you guys and Dane and the Austin facility because there's a bigger demand for rapid turnaround on product.
Yeah.
But when you've got a marketplace today where the counterfeiters and the suspect fraudulent parts there's contaminated stock out there. There's good and bad stock, and some people won't actually know if they've got bad stock until it's too late. So people are challenged to bring product to market.
Yes.
In Germany, you're sitting there looking after the whole of Europe.
Yep.
So you've got demands from multicultural people trying to get in front of their customers. So how are you addressing that? Are you doing the FIFO? How are you looking at that?
So we're tightly managing our work queues for for all the trading stuff. So we're kind of looking at adopting a change into the FIFO methodology. But at the minute, we're just it's tightly managed by myself and the sales managers. So we agree priorities going through the lab, and then that gets fed back to the salespeople and onto the customer.
Okay. So, I mean, having one QMS system will be beneficial.
Absolutely, it's critical.
We talked yesterday, and what Jane has produced is borderline amazing.
Yeah.
So how are you going to adopt AI? What efficiencies do you see that bringing to you?
So I think having had a look at what Jane's put together, it looks really good, and it could really help streamline the facility in Munich. And so we are looking at collectively as an operations department how we can use the likes of AI and sort of new computer softwares to streamline that process, make it less arduous, less mandrelic. So we're inputting less data, but processing things through to the same standard that we are now.
Yeah, absolutely. How does that benefit the customer?
It's big because number one, lead time. Foolproof accuracy of the data that we inputted on the labeling, shipping, on the part itself. AI definitely, with regards right now for us, is the KPIs is super important to assess what's really on the ground, on what's happening, who's your top performers, vendors, suppliers. Those play into big factor when you're doing inspections. You can easily see what's the vendor grading, what the tier format, and if there's also a reference before that can be inspected to the product, that will definitely increase from 48 hours. The target would be 1 day cycle time. It could, if it is eventually integrated to the system. So that is very important for us. And the main goal that we have in Hong Kong is to help. I think the missing piece is the warehouse management system. We have the Infor in place. Salesforce is now there. And then this time, which we are all excited to integrate, what we need is database, right? Those informations, locations, status of orders we're in, buyers and sales keep asking, where is my parts? Right now, with their account, they can see view on that warehouse interface the status of their parts.
Yep.
Now they can commit to the customers on where exactly when they will be shipping the parts based on the approved SLA.
Yeah, I think the easiest pitch is we've got visibility and control.
Yeah.
We actually have got the data set. We're working smarter. I love the fact that continuous improvement.
Yeah.
But the impact to the customer is we can stand by what we're given as a commitment. And in 32 years I've been here, we haven't really had the substance behind to say we can do that. And I think that's the first shift of you getting everyone working together in that collaborative approach. But everyone looks good when things are going well.
Quite right.
But I'm going to ask you, Adam, give us an example of when disaster struck and how you have adapted, modified, and come up with a solution. Not that I would expect you to do anything wrong. We blame Steve.
So I had a sort of a logistics contract where I was flying military articles from Europe into Saudi, and there was a geopolitical change, and the government actually pulled the license for the airline to carry the goods. So we had to literally retender and look at options. The aircraft I was using was quite rare, so yeah, we had to rapidly retender it, get reapprovals, and still hit very strict customer deadlines. Luckily, with sort of collaboration with the logistic partners and stuff like that, we actually managed to still deliver on time. These things do happen, and it's about being proactive and working with our supply chains to make sure that the impact is as minimal as possible. As I said before, with the Middle East, there was UPS, which is one of our logistics providers. Their hub was in the UAE, and we were obviously collaborating with them closely to make sure that they diverted our packages away from the UAE while Operation Epic Fury was ongoing. So we really did only face minimal delay and disruptions.
Yeah, and I think that you get your stripes in adversity, don't you?
Yeah.
And I think one of the nice things, knowing the three of you, you adapt, right? You're agile. You're not scared to put a shift in.
Yeah, quite right. As you can see, the sleeves are rolled up. So.
But our customers, they demand a lot. Most customers do. But how can you guarantee a good supply chain? How can you guarantee that on-time delivery with quality?
Well, I don't think anybody universally can guarantee
the right
supply
answer.
chain.
Yeah.
Actually, there's so many factors that can disrupt it. I think it's about planning, right? Working with our customers. I mean, we know in terms of our industry as well, there's often supply chain disruptions in terms of long lead time push outs. We have a division within Astute as well through our franchise and field engineers working for alternate sourcing, alternate product solutions that are fit, form, function. It's looking at inventory globally. It's about potential stocking solutions for safety stocks, long-term stocks. It's about building resilience, all right, where we can. But fundamentally, it's down to planning. And that's not just an operational effort. It's a business collective effort, right? Stemming from our procurement teams to our designers, to our sales personnel, working closely with our customers, and then ultimately operations' responsibility is execution and fulfillment. So unfortunately, there is no golden ticket that says,
There isn't.
We cannot ultimately guarantee there will be no supply chain disruption into that.
You feel the same?
Yes, definitely, Mark. I think to add on that one, Steve mentioned the details of it and then the essence and functional that it belongs to. But I think Astute as a great company, we always having our business continuity plan.
Yeah.
Right. With Steve saying about the planning and each interdepartmental responsibility of what things needs to be done in case something happened.
Yeah.
And also we are trying to leverage with partners. And for us in the Philippines, we have also another one. We have opened the facility with zero cost, partnering with the contractor that manages the expertise of components. So they also focus there a lot of things that we do for kitting, PCBs, inspection. So those are the things that could help us alleviate this kind of disruption.
Yeah, I think it's important that getting that group working together, sharing what good looks like, but also how you overcome those challenges. So AI, I'm a big believer in AI, and I think it can add so much value. I think get some smarts and efficiencies.
Yep.
Yes.
I'm going to ask you first again here, but it'd be the same question to the three of you. What do you see ahead? I know you don't have a crystal ball.
No.
And we don't know what we don't know, but the next 3 to 5 years, this industry is going to keep growing.
Yeah.
We've got a huge backlog in European rearming.
Yeah.
Trump has increased defence spending. So you've got trillions of dollars going through the defence, and we've got AI, consumer electronics. So what do you see as being the challenges moving forward?
So it's going to get tight. People are going to be fighting over the same products. Memory, obviously, as we all know, is one that's under pressure because of AI, etc. And it's not just Trump that's increased defence spending, is it? You've got Europe looking at trying to build stuff without US content, which obviously and they want to move sort of things around. So there's still growth in the next 5 to 10 years in the defence market alone. Obviously, you've got electric cars as well now, so that's obviously putting a strain on components as well. So there's a lot of different things going to happen over the next 5 to 10 years. And I think some of the manufacturing base is probably going to move as well.
Yep.
So you look at the likes of VW, they're potentially going to lose 100,000 people in the next few years. That's going to have a big impact in Germany. So there's going to be a lot of different changes, I think, in the next few years.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think you mentioned the fact of AI, that we have to embrace it. I think the world is obviously moving very rapidly in that direction.
Yep.
Although it is creating a demand, a huge market demand now at the moment as well, we also need to be using that to our advantage. How are we optimizing our operations? And I speak on behalf of operations in that respect as well, to make sure that we are far more efficient and optimized when being able to deliver product to our customer. And trying to anticipate and predict what's going to happen as well, which with the capabilities are now there with an AI, or at least near accurate. I think it's going to be a busy couple of years ahead, that's for sure. So
yeah, I think so.
And again, we're at the moment this week specifically talking about future-proofing our business for all that. So yeah.
Ron?
Yes, for the technology and AI is really exciting right now. The demand is super high with regards to automobile, EV, right? For the technology, medical, it fascinates me that there will be a check of like just scanning, no need to go to doctor. You will see your details of your blood, high blood sugar and everything of that. and that will prevent things with regards to health, and that fascinates me of how AI could help develop everything on the future.
Yeah, I don't think any of us have got that crystal ball.
Yeah.
Yes.
We wouldn't be sitting by the fireside; it'd be the beachside, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think the challenges are going to increase, and they're going to increase for you guys.
Yeah.
Let's be very realistic, and what you're doing is great. Let's look ahead at future proofing. Yeah, we want the sales teams across the world to continue to challenge you. I think the market's going to keep challenging us, but I think the biggest thing that we've got to look at is you've got broadline distribution, and you've got your mum and pop shops here.
Yeah.
We are bridging that gap, and we are continually to strive to find value for our customers. But you, which I think it should come out for all your teams, you try to find value in your teams as well, and I think that's critical.
Yeah.
I think from Jeff down, we're empower people to make mistakes and help them get back up. But what's nice and what you're doing is trying to look differently. So we talked about the app that I'm going to give Jane that credit again, because unbelievable work she's done. But we're putting together this AI working group to really try to challenge what we currently do today, to think differently and come up with alternative routes. How are you going to, and I think I know the answer, but how are you going to keep up with the demand for us to ship more product in diverse commodities, with more franchises, with more challenges to the test laboratories? How are you going to actually, I'm going to ask you this question.
Well, it's a fair question. And yeah, I think it's part of the evolution that we're ongoing at the moment. It's a journey. You speak about AI, and I'll refer to it again, and we need to get supportive tools wherever we can. It's not a question about always necessarily increasing resource. We will if we have to, but how efficient are we? It's about engaging with our stakeholders, be it internal as well as external as well, and working together to understand what is coming on the forefront. I mean, even now, currently in discussions with our internal sales manager Nichol as well, that there is already current pressures. It is going to be a challenge, but again, I think if we start to think out of these individual siloed mindsets and start to think of us as a global company, which is what we truly are, I think we have a fair chance of actually being able to support that demand, not only internally, but also from our customers as well.
Yeah, I can't agree anymore. You've got a great team. You've all got good teams around you. Point you made earlier about everyone trying to get the same product.
Yeah.
We're going to have to keep things aligned.
Yes.
We're going to have eyes across the globe.
Yeah.
From a marketing perspective, we need to inform internally as well, so we can then educate and inform our customers. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about where we're going to be. For certainly the next couple of years is going to be a bit of a roller coaster.
Yeah.
It'll be.
It's we're sitting by the fireside.
Oh,
the lights are on. I'm hot. I
It is.
don't know whether it's the beer coming out, but
I think that's one thing that is missing is a beer.
yeah. I think that's what from now on, I want beers with these fireside chats. But no, look, guys, it's been good chat. I think we're in safe hands.